Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Are you ready?
Hey everybody, it's Jeff. Nice day again in Maine, same as yesterday, and it's wonderful to get these days in a row here like that where the weather's nice, and I think tomorrow will be nice as well, and looking forward to that. And when I was this morning. Going through news items and stuff like that, ran across this small article here about in the state of Missouri, this woman had, and I don't know why, she tracked down some thieves who were going around in the neighborhood stealing those political placards that people put on the yard. So a lot of those things are being stolen, and all of them were the Harris Waltz placards, that they were taking. And she managed to track them down. She had put a tracker, what they call an air tracker, on one of those signs, and I guess in an attempt to try to find out who the hell was stealing them, right? Because this had been going on for a while. So they've recorded themselves getting the people that did it, and I'm going to play the video here of that for you so you can see this, so I can get you caught up here before I read the article here about it. So let's go to that video clip here.
Full tracker in it, and it tracks to the trunk of your vehicle?
Yeah.
It's good. Did you open the trunk of your vehicle and show us that it's not there?
Yeah, I don't know why it would be tracking that.
Well, I don't know why either, but it does. I can show you that it does if you'd like me to.
Yeah. So you guys HOA of the neighborhood?
No, we don't live here. We live in Springfield.
Okay. No, I was saying of that neighborhood that you guys are
Well, we're active in the neighborhood. I don't know what you mean.
It's in here.
Okay.
So,
yeah, and are you just looking to have it back? Because I rented my buddy's car.
okay.
So it's
What is your name?
Jackson.
Jackson Peterson?
So it's saying
Or
right
no.
here.
Jackson what?
Chester.
Okay,
Chester.
so
Yeah.
get a video of this. Get a video of this. This is where they all are.
I'm sorry, this is funny. Why don't you just take them all? Here you go, liberals.
Well,
Here
but
you
just,
go.
but
Here you go, sir.
it's more than that,
No,
actually.
it's not. It's so stupid. Just go vote.
It's a felony, ma'am.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Get
it is.
over
It actually is.
Ma'am, please don't throw these at me.
Stop that.
I'm so tired of this.
Come look at all these that are in here.
Ma'am, I'm
These are the
videoing.
guys who've been doing it.
Yeah, no, it's...
And what was your name?
Yeah, I'm not part of this. No, that's...
But you live here. You live here.
I live here, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Just go inside. Just go inside. It's fine.
Okay. There you are.
So yeah, if you want them back,
Could
they're
we
right
have
here.
the rest of those, please?
Yeah, of course. So I'm confused. I wasn't part of this, but what makes it a felony?
Because the total sum of these, they're $20 each.
They're $3 a piece on Etsy, and the total adds up to $189.
No, the Democratic headquarters pays $20 each for these.
So it's 189.
Because I added it up.
So you know how many are here?
Approximately 60, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, 6 times 3.
Okay, it's a $2,500 offense in Missouri and up to a year of jail time. Look it up.
If it exceeds $200.
Oh, you know the law for
do,
what you
yeah.
steal. Okay.
No,
Okay.
I mean,
Well, we have the Nixa police coming here,
okay,
so
that's fine.
they're on their way. So you can just go ahead and load them, the rest of them, and we're looking for our tracker.
That's it. Would you like me to help you load them into your car, or you?
No,
No, we'll happily load them.
Okay,
But
yeah,
I'd like
no,
to
I'm
find the
just-
I'd like to find the tracker, John.
Yeah, no. I mean, I
No,
was just
it'll
asking
be-
if y'all needed help. I mean, my mom threw them in. I'm sorry about that.
well, it's a bigger deal than you're making it out to be. I mean, obviously it's important, or you wouldn't have taken your time to take these.
No, I mean, honestly, it's just I saw it on TikTok. I saw a guy that apparently he filled his house up. I was with some buddies. You know, I'm not saying it was right or anything.
Are
like
you
that.
being paid to collect these at all?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No.
You just think it's fun?
I mean, I don't know. It was Saturday night.
Why'd you pick our neighborhood?
I was just in the area, man. I mean, it's not like I have a personal vendetta against
But you
guys.
trespassed on all our properties.
I apologize. I mean, I understand that, but I mean, I could say the same thing that you're on my property.
We have you on video, the neighbors do.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
But-
When you drive up and down the street, they have you on video
yeah,
with the
no,
ring
I'm
doorbells.
fully aware.
Okay. I'm gonna take
Do
these
you,
in the
need,
car.
do you want me to get the rest of those?
No.
Get 'em.
Okay. Just figured. I know. I'm sorry about my mom throwing those at you.
No, that's all
No,
right.
the
She's kind of.
I get it.
I don't want you guys to hurt yourselves.
Sorry.
we won't. We're quite able-bodied. Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, of course. They just offering help.
John, where's the tracker?
I don't know. I have to look through them all.
I think that on those, it's an Apple AirTag you guys said.
Mhm.
You guys should be able to play sound on it. And then
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it'll alert for it.
Is this the police? Okay.
So, yeah, as you can see, the cop showed up, okay, and I think, you know, they didn't show what happened after that. They just stopped the video. But, this goes way back to, my point here about this on January the 6th when they had the riots and they were recording themselves, posting it up on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, putting themselves out there that they were there and they did all this wreckage, right? And all the FBI had to do was to surf these websites and get snapshots, or whatever the hell they do to get the picture, and they just run it through a system, a database, and they come up with a name. And so, they don't have to go search for these people. They just go to their door, knock the door, arrest them, and, take them in. Okay, so, and I made the point that there's very little that you can get away with today because the minute you step out of your door, there's cameras. There's cameras everywhere, in our society now. And not only that, but, our cell phones can be just as much of a spy in our life as anything else, right? Because they can track you with your phone. I watch like 48 hours and something, and a lot of times the police can track where you've been, or at least where your cell phone has been, by looking at where your signal is in relation to a tower, that bounces a signal off. It's like sonar for a cell phone. So if you were here at such a time, your phone will be pinging to that tower, and the tower will relay back exactly where you were at that moment, okay? So, it's like I said, there's very few things that you can do to get away with, and a lot of people just hasn't dawned on them yet. But this lady here, she knew about, how to track this, and she was smart that she did this, okay? She went and got herself one of them little trackers and put it on a sign, knowing that somebody's going to come and get it. Then when they get it, so she saved the police a ton of legwork trying to figure out who was going to do this. Just like that, she solved the crime, okay? And they got all the signs back. And you could see, you know, how irritated the mother was that she, you know, took the signs and threw them on the ground and said, "Here, you take these, you liberals," you know. And I'm thinking, I had to laugh. MAGA, okay? MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. You know, it's just the stupidity is boundless. And those two boys that were with her there, you know, you could tell they didn't think that somebody could be that smart to do something like that, okay? And I say, look, you know, people, you know, if you want to stop this kind of vandalism, because look, they have to get on your property to take these signs, okay? They got to get on your property to do it. That in itself is trespassing, okay? That's bad enough. But if they go on your property and they steal something, even if it isn't just the sign or something else, okay, that's a crime, you know? And you pay a fine or you do a little time in jail, you know, but there is a fine. And the lady tried to deny that, and they said, "Oh, you can get $3 on Etsy." No, that ain't the point. The fact is that to the Democrat National Committee, those signs were worth more, okay? And you total up the value of all those signs, okay, and, you know, like I said, it was really smart of that lady to do what she did, because, you know, who fucking knows how many more they'd have grabbed. And what were they going to do with them? Burn them, probably, you know. But this was MAGA's way of retaliating over the fact that Kamala is doing so well. They can't stand it, okay? They can't stand it. I saw someone painted a black X, probably using a spray can, over a Harris Wall sign on somebody's yard. Okay, I don't know who the people are that live there, but on somebody's yard. Somebody went by and sprayed that on there. Obviously, they did it, you know, as fast as they could before anybody saw them. Okay, but I drove by there today and I saw that somebody had done that. Vandalism. Doesn't matter if it's a political sign. It's sitting on somebody's property. Okay, that doesn't make it your property to destroy. You know. So here's a little article here from Mediaite, written by Jamie Freeville about this. It says, Missouri woman tracked stolen Harris Walls campaign signs and confronted the thieves on camera. A Springfield, Missouri woman got tired of her Harris Wall signs being stolen from her lawn, so she used an Apple AirTag to track the thieves, and then she confronted them on camera. Ozarks First, a local Fox affiliate, reported on Laura McCaskill's mission to find out who was taking her lawn signs. After 4 of them were stolen from her yard, her partner John put an Apple AirTag on their newest sign, which was then stolen, and they eventually got a hit on a residential address in Nixa. That's a town in Missouri, I guess. The two went to the address to confront the person with their evidence, and a woman answered the door. Quote, she finally came up and we said hello, and we said, we think that you have something in that car that was taken from our neighborhood, unquote, McCaskill said. Quote, she said that was her son's car, and she said, well, he's just an idiot, and then she goes back in, and we thought that was interesting, unquote. McCaskill showed the young man on her phone that the AirTag was nearby, and McCaskill says it was in the trunk, unquote. I expect to find the AirTag, but not 59 signs. It was kind of like finding a dead body. It was like, are you kidding me? Most people, they take them and they throw them in the dumpster, or they throw them in someone else's yard. It was like there was a bounty on the signs, unquote, McCaskill said. Not only did McCaskill find the person responsible, she also got the confrontation on video, posted it, their testy exchange online. The mother of the man who took the signs can be seen grabbing a bunch of the signs from the trunk of the car and saying, quote, here you go, liberals, unquote, when John says, quote, it's more than that, actually, unquote. She responds, quote, no, it's not. It's so stupid. Just go vote, unquote. John also explained, quote, it's a bigger deal than you're making it out to be. I mean, obviously it's important, or you wouldn't have taken your time to take these, unquote. The man who apparently stole the signs tried to defend himself. Quote, no, I mean, honestly, it's just, I saw it on TikTok. I saw a guy that apparently he filled his house up with some buddies, and I'm not saying it was right or anything, unquote. Doesn't make any sense what he just said. McCaskill filed a police report, and others in the neighborhood plan to do the same. Ozarks first reached out to Greene County prosecutor Dan Patterson, who cited Missouri state law regarding the theft of political signs on private property. Missouri statute 115.637 says, Class 4 election offenses, the following offenses and any others specifically so described by law shall be Class 4 election offenses and are deemed misdemeanors not connected with the exercise of the right of suffrage. A conviction for any of these offenses shall be punished by imprisonment of not more than 1 year, or by a fine of not more than $2,500, or by both such imprisonment and fine. Offense 19 says, stealing or willfully defacing, mutilating, or destroying any campaign yard sign on private property, except that this subdivision shall not be construed to interfere with the right of any private property owner to take any action with regard to campaign yard signs on the owner's property in this subdivision shall not be construed to interfere with the right of any candidate or the candidate's designee to remove the candidate's campaign yard sign from the owner's private property after the election day. Also noted was the monetary aspect of the signs, which were obtained after a $20 donation, making the total monetary value of those 59 signs at $1,180, and the man who stole the signs apparently was aware of the threshold that separated his alleged misdemeanor from becoming a felony. She told the man it's in violation of the law, and his response was to bring up the financial threshold before the theft becomes a felony, mentioning Harris Wall supporter signs can get the signs for $3 or $4 on Etsy. I was like, who would look that up? It seemed like he felt like in his head he had an idea on the threshold of how he wouldn't get in trouble. McCaskill said, this is disturbing because he actually had a thought process of what that limit was, unquote. Ozarks first asked McCaskill how she would have reacted if her own son had stolen Trump Vance signs. Quote, if my son stole Trump signs, I would hold him accountable and have him deliver and do yard work for those people. I would be horrified if he did that. I would say, this is really wrong, and you need to return their signs. It's respecting your neighbors, respecting their First Amendment rights, unquote. Yes, and as we know, MAGA does not like the First Amendment, okay? They hate it. They hate it, they hate it, they hate it. And the fact that they feel emboldened to go around with the biggest Trump sign in history on the back of their vehicles, but can't stand the small little Harris Wall sign on somebody's yard, goes to show the childlike nature of a lot of these fucking people, okay? They really are, you know, bizarre. And if you watching that video and you see that mother and how she reacted, obviously she's the one that instigated that, okay? Because, you know, she got really defensive and take this, you liberals, and and then at first she was trying to lay the blame on the kids, but no, I think she was the one behind it. And I'm sure that she probably had one of them try to see if there was any penalties or anything like that for it, and the kids didn't do a very good job and researched that, enough to know that there is a penalty for defacing or getting on people's land and taking their fucking signs, okay? I mean, it's just, you can't do that. You can't do that for anything, Jesus Christ. I mean, what if somebody just walked on your yard and just drove off with your car and parked it somewhere? It's still theft, Christ. But, like the lady said, I mean, it was very weird how that kid he had said, oh, you got to have over $200 for it to, and then she's like, well, where did he get that from? Because that isn't even in the fucking law, okay? Just because you can get it for less on Etsy doesn't lessen the penalty of the crime. You still took something that was valued at $20 a sign. So, like I said, I mean, I know it seems like I'm making a lot out of this, but at the time, I bet a lot of these things are going on, okay? I bet a lot of this stuff is happening across the country and other people just haven't, made any videos about it. But people, you know, they need to be educated here that just because they're little plastic signs, you know, that look like nothing, there is a law that protects those things. So you better smarten the hell up, you know, and especially since everybody's got cameras around, like you saw that on that doorbell thing that has a camera on it. They got them right on video going into a yard and taking it. Okay, I mean, Jesus Christ, you got the smoking gun right there. All right, so people, don't even bother with that. Okay, I know it's hard. I know for some of you MAGA people, it's so difficult to control yourself from committing crimes, but you got to resist the urge. You got to stop it. Okay, you got to stop it. You have to try and regain some self-control and some dignity, because you saw what happens. You get caught, you get upset, you get pissed, you say stupid shit, you know, and there you are. So, you know, it's just, you need to fucking smarten up. All right, the election will be over soon, and you won't have to look at these signs again. So just leave the fucking signs where they are. They're not yours to play with. All right, let's go to a commercial break. Be right back.
This is me.
This is me.
This is me!
This is me.
I'm Alex Curtis. I'm a lobsterman in Maine, and this is me.
I'm Ruth McLaughlin, and this is me.
I'm Eric Hopkins. I'm an artist, and this is me.
This is me.
Me.
This is me.
This is me.
This is me.
At the end of the journey, the main thing is you, original.
Vladimir Putin is a dictator, a war criminal, a murderer responsible for slaughtering thousands of Ukrainian civilians and causing death and destruction around the world. He's silenced dissent in his country, erased people from history, poisoned journalists, and imprisoned opponents. Every American president from Harry Truman to Barack Obama and Joe Biden have stood up against Soviet and Russian dictators. Every American president except one.
I think Putin's been a very strong leader for Russia. I think in terms of leadership, he's getting an A.
As president, Donald Trump shared our vital security secrets with Russia. Even after leaving office, Trump, sitting in Mar-a-Lago with stolen American intelligence files, had long, secret calls with Putin. What are they talking about? What is he giving Putin? What secrets has he shared? What has he promised the Russian dictator?
Do you have a relationship with Vladimir Putin, a conversational relationship?
I do have a relationship.
Trump puts Russia first, not America. He's not just wrong, he's dangerous. Donald Trump won't stand up to Vladimir Putin, so it's up to all of us to stand up to Donald Trump.
The enemy from within, all the scum that we have to deal with that hate our country, that's a bigger enemy than China and Russia. They have to go back to where they came from. I'm sorry.
They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done.
Driver's license, registration.
Here you go, sir. How's your day going?
That's your daughter?
Sure is.
Abigail, right?
How do you know her?
Were you about 8 weeks pregnant? So you've been spotting recently. You've had any cramps or nausea?
That's personal.
You've been taking your prenatal vitamins?
Excuse me?
Are you ticketing me for something?
Where are you heading, Abigail?
To go see my older sister, Natalie.
Well, that's strange. 'Cause it says here that Natalie's at a concert in Dallas. And your navigation is set to a women's health clinic in one of those abortion states.
We have the right to travel.
Not anymore. Step out of the car.
Please, officer.
Both of you out now. You, sir, are under arrest for crossing state lines to obtain an abortion for a minor under your care. And you, young lady, well, you're under arrest for evading motherhood.
Be a part of the entertainment value of a lifetime.
I loved it.
It was the best performance I've seen in a lifetime.
I loved the show. I liked it very much. He's a very entertaining man. It's well worth the money.
Now appearing in Charlottetown, coming to Halifax November 6th to the 18th, and St. John November 20th through the 26th.
Y'all, welcome back. So, in reference to the previous segment here, talking about how, you know, some MAGA people will break the law out of spite or thinking that what their actions will do is somehow going to shift the tide against their opponent, you know. We got those people, and then we got people on the other end of the economic spectrum trying to break the law, or I don't know. I guess it's really up to you, I guess, to decide if whether what he's doing is wrong or not. But you probably already heard about this with Elon Musk. You know, and there's this news article here from NBC, and it's entitled, "Pressure is Mounting on Prosecutors to Review Musk's $1 million swing state petition giveaway." On Monday, former federal election and law enforcement officials requested a review of Musk's lottery. It's written by David Ingram, Ken Dillion, Michael Costner, Fallon Gallagher, and Laura Colondi. Pressure is mounting on state and federal prosecutors to investigate tech billionaire Elon Musk's $1 million lottery-style giveaway to registered voters in 7 battleground states. A Justice Department spokesperson said Tuesday that it had received a letter from 11 former government officials, including several Republican ex-prosecutors, urging the department to investigate whether Musk's daily prizes violate a federal law prohibiting paying people to register to vote. The DOJ spokesperson declined to comment further, and would not say whether the department had opened an investigation. A source familiar with the efforts of Musk's super PAC, America PAC, said Tuesday, quote, "The PAC is confident in the legality of this initiative," unquote. Musk announced Saturday that he would be awarded $1 million a day to one person in a swing state who had signed his pledge in support of the First and Second Amendments. To be eligible, signatories must be registered in a swing state. The first three winners were from Pennsylvania, and starting Tuesday, the contest was expanding to include petition signers registered to vote in the other 6 swing states: Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, and Wisconsin, according to the contest website. The giveaway is part of Musk's support for former President Trump in his attempt to return to the White House. Quote, "Our goal is to get 1 million registered voters in swing states to sign in support of the Constitution, especially freedom of speech and the right to bear arms," unquote, the contest website says. Musk said Saturday that in exchange for the $1 million daily prize, he has asked the winners to be, quote, "a spokesperson for the petition," unquote. The petition is 2 sentences long. Quote, "The First and Second Amendments guarantee freedom of speech and the right to bear arms. By signing below, I am pledging my support for the First and Second Amendments," unquote. At least 2 of the winners so far have appeared in minute-long videos for America PAC talking about their support for Trump. The videos also include footage of Musk handing the winners large checks for $1 million each, but the contest falls into a legal gray area and could potentially violate election law, according to interviews with several election law experts. While paying someone to vote or to register to vote is explicitly illegal under federal law, the lottery is contingent on signing a petition rather than merely registering to vote. The letter from 11 former government officials previously reported by the Washington Post said they were, quote, "aware of nothing like this in the modern political history," unquote. Quote, "Law enforcement agencies are appropriately reluctant to take action shortly before elections that could affect how people vote, but serious questions arising under the laws that directly regulate the voting process must be an exception," unquote, the former officials wrote. Quote, "Otherwise, individuals may act with impunity, with consequences, if any, coming only long after the damage is already done," unquote, they wrote. State prosecutors in Arizona, Nevada, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania declined to say whether they were looking into Musk's drawings. Some added, though, that their priority was to ensure the integrity of this fall's elections. Quote, the priority of the Pennsylvania Office of Attorney General is to ensure the integrity of all elections that occur in the Commonwealth. We are aware of this matter and can neither confirm or deny the existence of any investigation regarding it," unquote. Brett Hambright, a spokesperson for Pennsylvania Attorney General Michelle Henry, said in a statement. The Office of Nevada Attorney General Aaron Ford said it was, quote, "aware of Mr. Musk's activities," unquote. But as a matter of office policy, we would neither confirm nor deny the existence of an investigation. Quote, "Our office will, however, vigorously enforce election laws, and we caution anyone against behavior that would run afoul of Nevada law," unquote. John Sadler, spokesperson for Ford's office, said in a statement. The state attorney general office in Georgia, Michigan, and Wisconsin did not respond to requests for comment. Vice President Kamala Harris, the Democratic presidential nominee and former California Attorney General, was asked by a reporter Monday night in Michigan whether she had legal concerns about this $1 million prize. Quote, "I think people are looking into that," unquote, she said. Pressed by a reporter on what she knew, Harris said, quote, "I hear that folks are looking into it just based on that stuff that you are all reporting," unquote. A Harris campaign spokesperson declined to comment further Tuesday. Harris's running mate, Tim Walz, was asked about the legality of the lottery on his appearance on The View Monday. Quote, "I think that's what you do when you have no plan for the public," unquote, he told co-host Whoopi Goldberg. Later Monday, Musk shared a video of the View segment on X and added, quote, "The foaming at the mouth reaction from radical leftists is worth it," unquote. Here's the thing Mr. Musk doesn't seem to understand. There's a lot of people out there who need money. I'd sign a goddamn petition saying I'd vote for fucking Trump, and then I'll just turn around and vote for Harris just to collect that fucking $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Who's to say that anybody that signs that thing is actually going to do what they say they're going to do? Okay? They just take the fucking money and run, okay? Is the legality issue aside, it's a stupid idea. Because none of these people are going to, you know, do what you are not going to. I mean, how are you going to know they're going to vote for the person you want them to vote for? You can't be there hovering over their shoulder when they're voting. You can't do that. That's, you know, that's a private thing. You know, people aren't supposed to be around. Now, if Musk thinks that he can buy the votes, maybe he might get some. But then there could be people who will just say, well, you know, I'll vote for Trump and I'll do, you know, and sign just to get that fucking check. I mean, how are they going to know? How are they going to verify that the person that they gave the check to actually voted for the son of a bitch, right? Okay, come on. You know, I don't know why this is going on. I don't, you know, see what the point is at this late in the game, you know. But it definitely is a sign that, you know, they are, you know, they know that the chances are not good on their side, okay, and they're willing to do anything to try to change that around. But, you know, like I said, yes, you know, in the last video, they got a plan B. You know they do. And that plan B is about crossing the line, you know, of the law. And that's what I'm talking about, is cheating, okay? You're going to get people from, you know, some states out there, you know, that'll go out and say, oh, the machine flipped my vote or some damn thing, okay? And here's about that. If you people are worried so much that the machine's going to flip your vote, then why don't you record yourself voting on that fucking machine? So if it happens, you got video proof of it. I don't know. You know, the intelligence level of MAGA is not all that great. That's why they get caught doing things by cameras and cell phones, and you know what I'm saying? They don't think. But there's a million ways they could verify that. And why does this always happen to Republicans? You know, you never see Democrats ever say that the vote was flipped on them. You know? Or let's just say independents. You know, that could vote either way. You know, you never hear an independent ever bitch about the machine ever flipping a vote on them. Okay? No, this always happens to Republicans, especially when the election is tight and it looks like they're going to lose. That's when they start making up shit, okay? And that's the reason why it didn't work, and them using that, attempting to try to use that now after the fact, it's people aren't going to believe it. They've used up their credibility the last 4 years, okay? They really have. They've abused, you know, the big lie so much that if they try to use it again, no one's going to believe it. You know? No one's going to believe it. They're just going to say, oh, Christ, we'll go then again. He's making up more bullshit. That's the first reaction people are going to have. And unless they have any proof of it, you know, hey, it's going to end up just like what it did before. Nobody's going to want to hear the case because there's no evidence, and, you know, it's just going to be more of this conspiracy theory shit. And this is what makes people sick of Trump, is this kind of stuff. Okay? This is why everybody's so eager to, you know, to get past this fucking election. Today, I went and voted today, early vote, absentee ballot, okay? I just want to get it out of the fucking way. I already know who I was going to vote for months ago, okay? But I just wanted it out of the way, okay? Nobody's going to change my mind, so, you know, why wait? I went down there, filled out the card, voted for Kamala, okay, turned it in, all right? So my vote's already in there. I would suggest everybody else just do the same, okay? Why fucking wait? If you already know who you're going to vote for, just go out and do it now. You know, it'll save a whole lot of time, you know, on November the 5th, okay? If, you know, more people have already voted, you know, then the people there wouldn't have to have as much to do, you know? Just go out there and do it now. Get it over with, for Christ's sake. Why wait? But, you know, this guy here, Musk, if he's not breaking the law, he's damn near, you know, walking across the line. I mean, he's got to be bending it to a degree. I mean, you know, he had lawyers figuring this thing out. How can we buy people's vote? without buying people's vote, you know, and so they had to come up with some fancy scheme in order to do it. Now, knowing this, okay, and everybody knowing what he's really doing here, okay, I don't see how in the court of public opinion anyone can say that he's not trying to buy people's vote. But to take this matter to court and to instruct a jury to rule according to the law, you know, if he's doing this in order to skirt the law or bend it, I don't see how he can get in trouble for it, okay? But we all know, in reality, what he did, what he's trying to do, okay? He's trying to buy people's votes. And like I said, he can do that, you know, how he's doing it, but there's no guarantee these people have to honor any fucking agreement, because who's going to check? Who's going to check their ballot? You can't look at people's ballots, okay? That's private. You cannot see what they're voting. Hell, they won't let anybody see it, okay? There's no way they can verify it, you know, and then say, oh, well, you didn't do it, so I'm going to take my money back. Too late. You lost it. You gave it. They want it. Hey, it's their money. They can do what they want with it, and they can tell, fuck you, and I ain't voting for you. I'm voting for Kamala. You know? People just sign it just to get the goddamn money. It's not going to help them to know who's going to win. All they're going to have is a list of names who said they promised they were going to vote for Dingbat. But in reality, none of these people did. You know, and so Trump will go around saying, look at all the names of the people, you know, how can I have lost? It's like, well, you know, what you did was ridiculous because you didn't see what they were thinking when they went up there and signed their name. They were just looking at the fucking money. They probably already knew in their head they weren't going to vote for you, and so, you know, what the hell? It's another situation where Trump creates a false narrative that things were done against him, okay? And I feel like, you know, this is Trump being Trump. You know, his plans, they always seem to come around and bite him in the ass later on. And this thing here with Musk will be something that will eventually too, but it won't come around and bite him in the ass before the election. Everybody's made sure that he gets to finish this campaign, regardless of what happens here in the meantime. So, I find it kind of weird that, you know, you got these MAGA people out there right now jumping through hoops, stealing signs and paying people, buying, you know, giving them money to vote. You know, all these tricks here are just a big sign that MAGA's scared shitless of Kamala Harris, okay? That they're so worried they're going to lose that they're trying to cheat and do everything they can, you know? And all I'm saying is, what I'm going to say here is, after the election's over and Kamala wins, look out. If you got a neighbor that's MAGA and they know you're a Democrat, you better lock up your fucking house because they're going to come after you. That's how pissed these people are going to get on election night or whenever they find out who won this thing, because I don't think we're going to know on election night who won, because, you know, the orange man's going to come out and contest it right from the get-go, okay? First, he's going to say he won before the votes are all counted, and then when the votes go to Kamala, then he's going to scream, "They cheated, and I'm going to contest it." And then that's going to drag on, and this is going to go right in past Christmas into January. You know, that's what's going to happen. And it's going to be a big fucking mess. And I wish there was some way that, you know, people are only given so much time to make their case if they're going to contest an election, to bring evidence. And if they can't bring evidence, okay, in an amount of time laid out, then they have to accept the results as they were reported, okay? And afterwards, you know, no matter what you find or something, it's too late. You had your chance, you didn't find it, okay? So I wish they did that instead of letting things drag on for months and years, and, you know, long after the election's been decided. You know, I can't understand how they can let that go on like that, you know, indefinitely or whatever. I mean, to appeal it and reappeal it, and, you know, and just keep taking it up the ladder of the courts. It's ridiculous. All right, and it shouldn't even be, these things shouldn't even be decided in the courts. All right, we have a system in place to decide who our leaders are, and it's been working, you know, reasonably well for us. Okay, and the only person that seems to have that much difficulty with it is Donald Trump. Okay, he's the only one who can't seem to accept an election result when it's done. Everybody else, even Carrie Lake, eventually had to concede that she lost. This guy never concedes, okay? And because you never concede doesn't mean you're a strong man or a strong woman, okay? It doesn't mean that you're smart or anything like that. It just means you're stubborn. It means you're a sore loser, sour grapes, okay? People don't like that. If you're a loser, be a loser, but don't cry about it, all right? All right, so that's it for today. I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. So subscribe, comment, and share. And keep your ears open for any health-related issues. And treat each other kind out there. And don't steal people's political signs. And I will talk to you later. Take care.